Sir, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode.
TENtalk podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're going to introduce ourselves. I'm your boy Zel Scanada, aka aka Godzilla. And
It's your boy, BroGod Slim, tapping in again with another episode of the TENtalk podcast, number 27, Laugh and Lift. Today, we're going to do a lot of laughing. We're going to talk about lifting. We're going to talk about
yes,
health because health is wealth. And yeah, man, we got a special guest today. One I'm super excited to have in the building with us. Um, we have the owner, the creator, uh, Laugh and Lift, Miss
the
Allyssa
lovely,
Knight.
the wonderful.
So we're gonna go ahead and bring her in because she is here nice and early. So we're gonna go ahead and bring her in so she can introduce herself, and we can speak about our weekends and see how everybody doing. And then we're gonna get this interview on the road, man. We're gonna get this thing jumping off, man. So we're excited to go ahead and bring in the lovely Allyssa, Laugh and Live.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
y'all?
hey, what up? How you doing? How you doing?
We
Happy
on 10
10th.
today.
Yes,
Oh, we on
ma'am.
team.
Oh, okay. Let's get to it.
Yes, man. We are on 10. Welcome, to the TENtalk podcast. Appreciate you for stepping in here with us today on this lovely Thursday.
Yes,
Um,
definitely happy to have you.
Being that you our guest, we'll go ahead and ask you first. How was your weekend? Being that we getting close to the next weekend, we normally do this on Tuesday, so we can check out the weekend. But still, we want to know how your weekend has been and has been going, and any updates you want to give, anything like that. Go ahead and talk to us.
Let me tell you. So last weekend was Labor Day weekend, and we know everybody was enjoying themselves a little bit
Yes.
too much, and maybe not enough. So I was one of those that kind of went a little bit overboard. The beach. So I'm going to talk about, mindlessly eating and how that affects, your overall body and how it affects, going into the week and stuff like that.
Definitely, yeah. We
Okay,
definitely want to
definitely.
get into it. I think we should start it off now, like get into everything that you do and what you're about with the laugh and fit.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. So first things first, if, no one, people that are listening. So I am a nutritionist and personal trainer. With my program itself, I do help women, understand their habits around food and exercise and building that healthy relationship with food and exercise without giving up the foods that they love. Because let's face it, the average person diets probably 126 times statistics say in their life. And guess how many people are going to regain that weight if we don't change the habits that we have around our fitness and nutrition? 80 to 85% are going to gain that weight back.
Wow.
Yeah.
More than likely, you're gonna bring it back on.
Plus more.
Plus more.
That's the main thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess with that, saying that, I guess what is the 90-day binge diet then that you are showing people how to achieve?
Oh, I love that. I love that you brought that up. All right. So the 90-day binge-free breakthrough system was basically a new avenue that I went with launching, basically kind of relaunching my business. And with that, it's more so understanding the emotional aspects that we have with food and exercise and being able to break what we know about food and be able to understand that food is always going to be a part of our lives. And if we don't change our habits around food, we either are going to pay for it now or we are going to pay for it later, because there are too many ailments and too many, diseases that can be prevented by just understanding what you are putting into your body. As a nutritionist, and why I created the program itself is because what I didn't see was people like the average person talking about the nutritional aspect. I've seen a lot of trainers that look like we're brown and everything like that, but all of them were just focusing on the fitness aspect. And that's really not the piece of the puzzle. The real piece of the puzzle is, what are you doing to fuel your body, and what relationship do you have with food? And when I say relationship, what you have with food, I want to ask you guys a question. So when you were growing up, did you ever hear the phrase of clean your plate?
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes they'll get the switch on, you'll get the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say you can't leave the table if you don't clean your plate.
You can't leave it.
Exactly. So then as you get older, then they tell you, well, why you didn't gain that weight? Well, you done told me I need to clean my plate. So I've still got this ideology that I need to clean my plate. You, like with this program, you cannot expect to, break down habits that have been happening for generations and generations. We got to take a small step approach. Okay, so you don't eat veggies right now. How can we add in maybe 1 to 2 servings of veggies, a day? Something just like that.
Now, quick question. So, go ahead. Well, I was about to say, so does it matter if you have a variety of veggies? Because again, for a person that doesn't necessarily like veggies, they may only eat broccoli or string beans, right? So is it okay for that person to technically just eat string beans and broccoli every time, all the time when they eating their vegetables? Is that cool? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I'm gonna keep it real. That's me. I only like string beans and broccoli. I'm gonna keep it a G. You know what I'm saying? That's really the type of greens that I'm gonna eat. You know what I mean? It's string beans and broccoli.
You gotta throw the kale in there too, man. Throw a little.
I'm gonna keep it G. That ain't me.
Little baby spinach.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to tap into something there. I'm gonna have to tap in. Okay.
But that's a good question. Is it important to mix it up though? Like especially with the greens. I know like with different variations, but is it important like different nutrition and different type of greens that you're going for?
Yeah, most definitely, because different greens are going to have different micronutrients. And when I say micronutrients, you're talking about your vitamin E, your vitamin K, your vitamin D. All of that can be, what can you find in your food to make you have energy, to make you, I used to suffer from eczema and allergies. Once I changed my diet up, all of that's out the window. I used to get nosebleeds all the time when I was a kid. Haven't had a nosebleed in years.
Me too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's big on the phrase of eat to live, like electric foods. Like a lot of things that we eating is like dead, but the things that's going to make us come alive is what we need to put inside our bodies. So what are the best type of greens, or like if you can give like a top 5 or something like that, the most best ones to get into the best?
Dark leafy greens. That's what I don't see enough people eating. Like a lot of people eat a salad, but it'll be romaine lettuce. Well, that ain't got that much nutrients in it, and it ain't gonna keep you feeling full for a long period of time. So if you're gonna make a salad, make a big old salad. I ain't talking about with a whole thing of dressing that ain't no. Your dressing got more calories than the salad itself.
Yeah.
Make you a big salad, whether it's got some broccoli in it. If you want to, change it up, put another veggie, some peppers or something in there. Put some chickpea peas on top of it. Put some chicken on top of it, so you got some protein. And then
what's a good base to start that big salad out with? Like if you want to throw some good veggies in there, what's a good base to start it out with? Dark leafy leaves, like
spinach, kale. Yeah, spinach, kale. It really depends on what you like. Yeah. So in the program, like I can see all of my clients' nutritional needs. So by being able to help them day to day, I say, all right, well, yesterday we were missing veggies. Let's add in some more veggies this day. As we go over their weekly feedback, we say, all right, we didn't hit enough fruits and veggies. So how can we add in that?
Yeah. Okay.
And it's all right to throw a little fruit in your salad too, throw a little strawberry, just to spice it up. Would you say that too?
Yeah, you gotta have it, because a lot of the main thing is people just eat these salads and it's not filling them up. And then when it comes to nighttime, you in the cabinets trying to find anything sugary, and you're going to still be hungry. So if you made your salad big enough and fulfilling enough with all of your micronutrients and your macronutrients, then you're going to feel full and you're not going to have those cravings as you normally would have.
Well, I think that sounds good. Like a person like me, though, I do have like a little sweet tooth sometimes. You know, you might get the itching for something. You know, like, I know we can find some good alternatives if you do want to go in that cabinet, even if it's not late night or nothing. But like, what are some good foods to get like in between meals?
All right, Zell. So listen, the sweet tooth that you got, let me tell you, I can probably tell you right now why you got the sweet tooth. How much water you drinking?
Oh, I love water. I should bring it. I don't know what my bottle. I'm on 10 water right now, all alkaline, you know. But yeah, I do. I drink a lot of water. That's what I mainly try to drink.
Okay, how many ounces?
It was about 16 ounces, probably like I said about 32, maybe 32 in a good day. I have like a little jug that keeps like 40 ounces in there, but I say about 32. I'll finish it out. Yeah.
That ain't enough.
I don't know if that's good or not. That's not enough at all.
That's not enough. See, that's why you got that sweet tooth craving. That's why you getting that sugar. All right, so this is what you got to do. To know how much water you should be intaking, you take your body weight in pounds and you divide it by 2. That's the minimum amount of water that you should be having, because the body is made up of 70% water. And a lot of times when people think that they're actually hungry, they're just thirsty. So a key strategy that I always say is, before you even eat your meal, have you drank a full glass of water? And even as you're eating your meal, put your fork down. People are just trying to rush through their food itself. The reason why we say grace is you actually get your body, well, not the reason why we say grace, but by preparing your body to have be in a rested state or in a relaxed state, you're able to better digest your food. So taking that, that pausing, that's, grace. Whatever you do before your meal, that's setting your body up to be able to better digest your food and be able to kind of signal to your brain, all right, I'm full. I don't need to eat no more. Because a lot of times people will, kind of overeat or eat to the point of being too full, Yeah,
I do that sometimes. You really think you hungry, your eyes are bigger than your stomach. That's what they usually say.
Yeah.
So I think that also goes back how you say your relationship with food. Because I know when I was younger, my parents might tell you, like, don't drink until you finish your food up. You know what I mean? Like, don't Don't keep on drinking all your drink up. Eat your food first and try to drink afterwards. So I think that goes back into the relationship with food as well.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. So you got to change like these small habits that, that we've been taught over the years to make a substantial change.
Yeah. So all my 10%ers, hope y'all got your pad out, writing some of these notes down, because we want to shout you out. Listen, you were saving lives, how I see it. Like, this is like really helpful for everybody to learn, but we're gonna get more into what you really do. You got any questions, Choke?
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to, I guess, get into, because I know, earlier you spoke of getting into the psychological aspect of your, I don't know if you call them patients or trainees or, I'm not sure. Clients. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. Clients, there we go. So your clients. So what type of psychological techniques are you guys using to, I guess, understand the mindset of different clients?
So when it comes down to the psychological approach, it's all about, understanding your emotions right before you're about to dig into your food. Are you in a relaxed state? Are you stressed eating? And then how can we set a strategy in place so that we don't stress eat? Because a lot of times when it comes to stress eating, or we're eating in a social setting, or we're eating at a party, we have lost touch with our emotions, and we go into this whole process of, I'm just going to put this food in my mouth and I'm really not understanding what's going on. So by being able to bring that psychology piece to it of like, okay, this is why you're thinking this is why you crave this. For my anxiety driven folks, I will see that they will crave. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you are stressed, you are going to crave carbohydrates. And the reason why you crave carbs is it because it's going to be release dopamine, and it's going to, kind of be that natural chill pill. Like, so that's why people will crave carbs when they're stressed, or like when it comes to stress eating, some people don't eat and then they find themselves overeating later on when they finally do get that hunger cue back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's dope.
That's dope. Yeah,
that's
it's
dope.
definitely insightful. It's like you got to train your mind to actually know what you put in your body before you do it. It's like we're so used to kind of like just eating the food or forcing it down without even thinking about the psychological effects or the effects to our body. So I think it do take time to actually learn that. So having a nutritionist and a fitness guru like yourself, you know what I'm saying, it definitely be helpful, you know. So
Definitely.
yeah, I can understand it.
So let me ask y'all a question. What's the biggest thing that you guys have seen, like as you've been an adult, that you struggle with as far as like nutrition wise?
Good question. You know, I think the biggest thing is kind of like taking out the junk foods that we kind of grew up off of, you know, for me at least, you know, like we're so used to like, I don't eat out as much like I used to, but maybe like once a week or like even like, you know, sometimes like that. I think that's big to kind of like get that out of get that out of my life. So that's one thing I kind of see getting older is like breaking the cycles of those childhood tastes of like want to get some McDonald's or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
I think for me is more so not eating enough.
Okay.
I don't think I eat enough. Like, because which I have a kind of had a question about that for you as well. It's like for me, I be trying to like gain weight, like do a rack of push-ups, maybe lift some weights, whatever, dumbbells, something like that. You know what I mean? Just trying to put on a little bit of weight, but it don't never like really work for me personally. Like I could get to maybe like 135, 140 at the most, and then I can't get no more. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, for me, I guess, how do I guess retrain my eating habits if that's the right question?
No, that's a good question, because a lot of people think that I just focus on weight loss itself, but I do have quite a few clients that actually try to put on mass, like try to put on weight itself, and they run into the same thing of not eating enough. And what we have to do is basically first, I would say a strategy for you is you want to understand what you're putting in your body. So start tracking your food. That's step number one. That's not a long-term thing, but just understand how many calories you're actually just putting into your body on a day-to-day basis. But for somebody that struggles with not eating enough, we've got to set them on kind of like set times to eat to remind them to eat. So like say 6 o'clock, you're going to eat something. 7 o'clock, you're going to have another snack. 12 o'clock, you're going to have something. But again, it all comes down to making sure you're eating some quality things, especially if you're trying to put on some mass. Protein. A lot of people think that they're getting enough, but you aren't most people aren't getting enough.
So what's good protein? Like what's good things
like
for
protein
like
shakes or just
or
natural peanuts and stuff like that, like he said. Yeah.
All right, so you just brought up a good thing. So a lot of people think like peanuts, peanut butter, eggs, those have protein in them, but they're mostly fat sources. So a fat source isn't the best for protein. When you're looking at your protein, you want to go with your lean meat. So your chicken breast, different parts of the chicken are going to have different amount of fat. And what is the American diet? Most of our content right now is coming from too much fat. And when we've got too much fat, your body basically just, over on any type of calories, it's easier for the body to convert extra fat into fat. It's very hard for the body to convert protein into fat. But some other lean protein sources, so egg whites, protein powder is a good one. Any kind of protein powder I use, any kind of protein powder. It really just depends. All of your whitefish are good, so that way it doesn't have too many fat grams in it. And again, setting up on, having each meal, I say the palm of your hand is about 4 ounces for amount of protein that you want to get. So that's a visual.
Would you say the best thing to do, because sometimes the portions do matter, eating dinners, or we want to make sure we get 3 meals a day. You think it's more important to kind of like slim down it and kind of like break them up into more instead of eating 3 times a day as meals? Is it better like to kind of like break those meals up and kind of eat like 5 times small meals a day, or would you recommend that?
Oh, Zell. So this is a good one. So this comes down to meal timing. All right. So when you look at the hierarchy of calories in, calories out, and you're looking at like fat loss or, weight loss or just muscle growth. So at the very bottom, the main thing is how many calories are you actually putting into your body? Meal time and what you just said, does it really play a difference? That's about 5%. So it's a very small amount that plays into your overall nutritional intake. So if somebody prefers to eat 3 meals, then I say just go with 3 meals. If somebody prefers to eat 5 meals, then go with 5 meals. But here's another thing. I see a lot of times people will do more snacking than it comes to meals. So if you just build your meals large enough so that way you don't overeat on snacks, that's one strategy to have. Make your meals big enough so you're full for at least 4 hours. That way you aren't snacking mindlessly. That way you aren't having those sugar cravings. Because when that blood sugar is spiking, all you know is, let me get some more. Let me get some more. But when it's, at an even level, you can say, all right, I'm good. I can push back.
Definitely. We do have a question here from Terrence Allen. Thank you, Terrence. He asks, is lean chicken and rice a good prep meal? Or
most definitely.
Prep meal like your whole week out?
Yes. So here's the thing. I know I always say it depends, but when it comes to this fitness and nutrition stuff, it really does depend. Why people prep their meals? Because it creates structure, it creates routine. And here's with the way that we live, we don't have a lot of structure. A lot of people don't have a lot of structure. We don't got a lot of time. So by having those meals already prep, you've got something in place that you can grab and go. You already know what you're going to be putting into your body. You don't have to worry about once you get too hungry, making a good decision or not, because you already got something that you can grab and go. So when it comes to meal prepping, chicken and rice, throw in a vegetable in there, Terrence. And you got to throw in the fat stores. So so you can use the hand method when it comes to like your understanding what you put in your body. So we know protein source is about the size of your palm. If you want to do veggies, most people, a cup portion, kind of do 2 cup portions. For your starchy carbs, like your rice, you thinking potatoes, go with a fist, right? Okay. And then for your fat source, when you're thinking olive oil, when you're thinking butter, you want to do the size of your thumb, no bigger than that. Yeah,
this is awesome.
Y'all gotta be taking notes. Y'all have to be taking notes. Come on, man.
This is a blessing, definitely.
Come on, man.
Terrence got one more for us.
Yeah, he also got another question, man. Go ahead, Zell.
He want to know how important is breakfast. Like, is breakfast really the most important meal of the day? That's the question of the day.
I love this question because let me tell you, I see too many women thinking coffee is a meal for breakfast. Coffee ain't no daggone meal. It's not a meal. Stop going. Yes. So yes, breakfast is important. It is all still goes down to that hierarchy, calories in versus calories out. But I will say your body has already been fasting for a certain period of time when you are, when you're asleep. So by putting in that energy into your body, you're basically revving up your you're revving up your digestion system. You're going to have sustained energy and you're going to make sure that, you're more productive during your day. So for me, myself, I do like to start off with a little bit of electrolytes in the morning time. So some water and some pink Himalayan salt just to get, my body flowing and things of that nature.
One question for me, like how long after you wake up should you try to eat breakfast or put breakfast, because like that'd be my problem sometimes. I might start breakfast, but I'll be up for like 5 hours by now, and it's like, you know what I mean? So like, what is the time schedule if you got one, like the first 2 hours of waking up or?
Nah, so let me ask, I'm gonna turn it back on you. When you get to by that time of 5, after you waking up and you wait 5 hours, how hungry are you at meal times?
See, that's the thing about it. I think that's where the problem comes into is like the idea of starving yourself till you're hungry. Like, okay, now I need to eat. It's not like sometimes I might be really hungry. Yeah, so I think I am. Yeah, I might be starving that time. But I be just moving so fast. It's like I get ready for work, then I have to get up and do this and do that. But I think it is important to kind of implement that into the schedule. So like, how long should I, like 2 hours? Like, what's a good time to kind of like throw it in there?
Breakfast time.
8 to
10. Well, 6 to 10 technically. 6 to 10.
It's like if you're waking up at 3 though. Like say if you wake up at 3, should I try to throw something in by 5? Like what is a good time to kind of like recharge myself for a full day so I can make sure I have a productive day? Is it like before I leave the house, like the first 30 minutes? Because I think that's the most important part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like making sure that you know, within the, first, make sure you got some type of morning routine. Do you got a morning routine? People don't, realize how important this is too. You got to start your day off with success. This is what, so what is your morning routine? Let me ask you that before you just run out the house.
You got to wake up, you know what I'm saying? Wash your face, brush your hands, wash up, get ready for work, you know what I mean? And I get my lunch ready. I try to get something to drink, you know what I mean? My bottle of water for the day, what I'm going to have. Make sure everything is in place, you know what I mean? Get a little time to get a little breathe in, a meditation before I leave the house, you know?
Okay.
Once I leave the house, I just take my little travels. And once I get to work, a little 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the parking lot, just a breather, walk in. And then it's kind of like, I ain't gonna say it's chaotic, but then it's like kind of finding out when can I start doing what I need to do. Okay. I don't know if I should add the breakfast in beforehand or, I think it's important to try to get it in there, but I don't want to waste time and be like, okay, I ate breakfast, but now like, what did it do for me?
It's gonna help you. It's gonna help you, like be more satisfied, like not overeat during lunchtime. So a good staple breakfast that you want to have. Think about every meal. You want to have it like this. You want to have a protein, you want to have a carb, and you want to have a fat source with a little bit of fiber. All right. So an easy breakfast on the go. You take an apple, you take a protein bar, and then the protein bar is going to have your carbs, your fats, and your protein in itself. So that's a complete meal itself. If you like yogurt, you can do a Greek yogurt. You do a piece of string cheese, and then maybe another piece of fruit. Boom. All of these are just grab and go type of things. Because I think a lot of people get wrapped up on like, oh, well, what do I need to eat? We got to go back to the basics again, like from the land, from the sea, from the ground, and from a tree. If you can just ingrain that in your mind, you'll have success with, eating right.
I feel confident in it. You made me feel I'm on the
road. Yeah, you got your notepads in.
Yeah, hey, trust me, I got it all saved.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read it.
Yeah, so we got another one from Tasha, right? She says, "Hi, Allyssa. Any tips for vegans, vegetarians, as far as ensuring that you're still getting the right amount of protein, but still being mindful of your carb intake, since the options are limited? Now that meat isn't a component in your diet." And she also says that she's finding that she's consuming way more carbs now.
Okay. All right. So I actually let me make this, Tasha, that's a great question. And I have worked with vegans before. So here is what I find that is happening when it comes to carb sources and being vegan itself, because that's where you do find a lot of your protein sources, but there are some other, protein sources that you can get as being a vegan, because, if you're eating enough, a lot of people don't realize if you eat 4 ounces of broccoli, you can get about 5 grams of protein right there. If you eat 1/2 cup of beans, let's say black-eyed peas, you get 5 grams of protein. So when it comes to being a vegan, going for more natural things. So don't go with a lot of the packaged vegan items, because those, again, are going to have fat to keep you satiated. Now, satiated means keep you feeling full and make you feel satisfied. But again, being a vegan is very easy to actually put on weight, because when I went vegan, I did put on weight. I did it the wrong way. Oreos are vegan. That don't mean necessarily, a lot of people think that you'll go vegan and you'll lose weight, but there's a lot of packaged stuff. Again, going back to, if you can get most of your diet from the whole foods, when it comes to being a vegan, that's definitely something that you want to look for. So tempeh, tofurkey is one that's kind of low in fat grams. There's like vegan beef jerky that I love, again, because I only eat fish and I do eat egg whites and stuff like that. But those are options. So when you're looking at a packaged item as a vegan, try to keep fat grams. When you're looking at it, I try to keep fat grams no more than like 10 grams or a little bit less than 10 grams. And that's for anybody, really. So look, when you're looking at that package, keeping things at fat grams, like 10 grams or a little bit less, because most of the time you're probably getting enough fat somewhere else.
That's a good point.
Hey, appreciate y'all for these questions too. Sorry, Zeb. Appreciate y'all for these questions and tapping in with us on this 10 Thursdays, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring about packaged foods and going back to natural foods. It made me think like grandma's kitchen, you know, like she'll go up here and like have the black eyed peas and all these greens. It doesn't really come from it comes from the garden, you know. It's not really out of cans. And so bringing that back into our lives I think is important too. So
yes.
That mama
yeah,
for sure.
So
we got another question, another one.
That's like a little. Anyway, it says, "Will you speak on intermediate fasting? 10 out of 10 recommend or not a good idea?"
Okay, so this is actually something that was brought up in one of my client check-ins today. So, all right, here's how all diets work. Whether you take intermittent fasting, whether you take keto, whether you take Whole30, whether you take paleo, it's all about calories in versus calories out. So how intermittent fasting works is you close off the window in which you would normally be eating. So for a particular person that normally eats around, an extra 300 calories at nighttime at 9 p.m. and they cut their window off at 7 p.m., of course they're going to lose weight because they've now cut out 300 calories from their overall day. 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories, which means if you're trying to lose 1 pound of fat per week, that means you need to be deducting 500 calories from your overall total daily budget. So that can either come in the form of food or it can come in the form of exercise. If you look at 500 calories, let's say that's probably 1 Coke. Say if you drink a Coca-Cola and probably a bag of chips, a bag of Doritos. Yeah. So if you cut something like that out, then of course you're going to lose weight, whether you ate it at 7 p.m. or not. But I do like intermittent fasting if you find that, it helps you to not snack at nighttime. But again, if your meals are properly balanced, you're not going to be snacking at nighttime. You're not going to find yourself being too hungry. So I do like intermittent fasting, but there's no magical thing about intermittent fasting. Again, it's all about calories in versus calories out.
Definitely. I think this is really important. I mean, we learning a lot today, I think we all should
I watch this joint back 2-3 times, man, to get it. You know what I mean? It's a whole lesson right here, for real. This is dope.
Snacking is not your friend. Dope. So I think the main goal is to find ways that you can go around from not snacking at night, snacking in the day. Try to fill yourself up, get all the nutrition you need, so you don't need no in betweens.
Yeah, and then we still got to speak to the point of we get it that you are going to be eating out like that. Like eating out is going to happen, and we know if you eat out, the average meal is around 800 to 1,200 calories. That can be somebody's full day of eating, and that's where you might only have some chicken nuggets and you have a large fry. And you think, well, I ain't eat that much, but dang, when you put that chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, and I'm talking about like a 6-piece plus a medium fry, then you already might be around 600, 800 calories. So how can you swap that out? Can you go with if you want to go with the fries, maybe we go with grilled nuggets. If you want to go with the, chicken sandwich, maybe we swap it out for kale salad. So it's all about finding balance with it. Or when you go out to a restaurant, take your meal in half, split it with somebody else, because you don't need the full portion. Take it, split it half.
Great tips. Yeah. So with y'all. Terrence got another good question. Does eating something heavy before you go to sleep help you gain weight, or does it I'm gonna add on to it, Terrence. Good question, but does it hurt you? You know, I heard like don't eat an hour before you go to bed or something like that. Or does it help you gain weight? Does that really affect you a lot if you eat before you go to sleep or eating heavy?
We're going back to the 5% meal timing, 5% difference.
Okay.
All right. So when it comes
to,
here's what it happens when you kind of eat late at night. Basically, you know, can the food, if you eat late at night, say you eat a big meal and then you go straight to sleep. Well, are your sleep going to be disrupted by that? It might be. You might not get a restful sleep because your body is still trying to digest that food. Will it cause you to gain weight? If you step on the scale, it's going to look like you gain weight, but you ate later than normal. A lot of times people will freak out about the scale going up. And here's the thing. There's so many different things that influence the scale. If you eat more salt, the scale's gonna go up. If you eat more carbs, than previously, the scale's gonna go up. If you're stressed, if you don't get enough sleep, if you're dehydrated, if you have an intense workout, if you move less, there's so many different things. So when it comes to eating heavy before you go to sleep, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It's not going to necessarily hurt you, but try to eat a bigger meal around your workout time. If you want to optimize carbs and you want to optimize digestion, put it pre-workout and post-workout for your carbs, because your body is going to be depleted of glycogen. So glycogen is within your muscle stores. So if you actually want to utilize those carbohydrates better and actually fuel your muscles around pre and post-workout.
Dope.
I kind of, that's all I can say. I know we kind of been jumping around. We, questions here, questions there, but I kind of want to rev it back a little bit. I think that's like my little thing now, revving it back a little bit. So I really I kind of want to get into, what helped you or what, made you get into becoming a nutritionalist, seeking this information, and wanting to help others and give it out to others the way you do.
Oh man, yeah, this is a loaded question, because let me tell you, I didn't see many people that look just like, that was me. And, growing up, too many women around me were saying, let me shrink my body. Let me shrink my body. I didn't want to be 50 years old still talking about I'm afraid of a daggone cookie. That don't make sense to me. I'm still afraid to eat, carbs because I'm going to gain weight. So I failed. Now, when I first got my own coach, let me tell you, I had failed so many times with dieting myself. I still failed when I had a coach. It wasn't like I perfected things. It's the health journey. A lot of people will beat themselves up, when they go off track on the weekend. And I'm like, that's all a part of learning. It's a skill. It's a practice that you got to take time to understand. You're going to fall off. But each time you fall off on the weekends, what did you learn from it? Did you understand? All right. Did you bring awareness to, what was going on? Did you change a habit? How can you change a habit? Do you need to move yourself away from food? Do you need to make sure you get a workout in or get some more movement in during the weekends or something like that? But all of this I had to learn, and struggling so much with my own body image, I knew that I had to share my personal story of messing up, of basically almost, doing these water fasts, passing out, everything that I had tried to shrink myself, just affected so many other areas of my life. People don't realize dieting affects your significant other. It affects how you present yourself up at work. It affects your confidence, how you speak to people, how you show up. When you feel good and you got energy, you put your shoulders back, you pop those muscles out, and you walk around like you can't stop me. But when you're not doing, not fueling yourself, you got hunched over. You don't know which way to go. Yeah.
Definitely. I think what you do is very inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Especially the way you do it. Like, you bring a lot of energy into like making it fun. I think that's the name of the laugh and lift. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it definitely shows in the way that you present yourself, especially on social media. Like, what got you into that? Like, how do you do what you do?
Hey man, like, all right, I was nervous coming, putting my face on there. I was thinking like, oh man, what are people going to think of me? How am I going to show up? And did y'all have the same like feelings of apprehension of how people would judge you online?
I mean,
Definitely,
for me,
yeah.
I mean, not really, but I can see where you're coming from. You know what I mean? Like, I think it shows bravery just going out there and stepping out there and doing it, because like you
That
never
too.
know how many people it's going to touch. Like, I definitely enjoyed it. Like, we have clips and everything. Like, the way you put it out and do what you do, it really it touches people and it makes it more like accessible to people to actually do it. It's like just bringing the entertainment factor shows more to people. I feel so.
Yeah.
I commend it. I think it's awesome.
And that's the thing. And then after I got over the apprehension, I was like, all right, Allyssa, you just got to be yourself. And I don't see many health coaches out there that's like kind of making it fun. Like I get on here and I be like, well, look, if it get 2 likes, it get 2 likes. Maybe somebody will watch it. Maybe it'll inspire somebody.
That's what it's all about.
Maybe you eat a little bit better. Maybe you feel a little bit better about your body. But put it out there. How my affirmation every single day is, Lord, help me to be able to impact more lives. It's not about like me itself. And I pray over every single one of my clients that that their health is taken care of, that their stress is gone. And by just bring calmness and peaceness to their life. But my thing is, how can I impact more lives? Because what I do just doesn't affect one person. It affects generations. That's the main thing. It's affecting generations. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I think I mean, as I started off, I think you're saving lives, just getting people more educated and knowledgeable on health and fitness, and just nutrition. Like, I think you'd be perfect for your podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you ever want to start one up, you let us know.
Yeah.
Out there, because it's really important. You know what I'm saying? It's something that we need just for our community and our culture, and just making it more popular. We make what's popular. So I think if you really put yourself out there more, show people, it's gonna catch on.
No, we might can link up and do something to where we can like try to get her in, maybe once a month or something like that. And
definitely, I think that'd be awesome. Just giving us a good report on it.
That'd be dope.
Good updating.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome. Even like when we start some things up, just get people more into fitness. Like, I know this is live time action right now, but we just
we live with it. We live with it.
We just like working out more together and
what we need to do.
Yeah,
definitely. We try to build a community, so I think fitness and health is number one more important in your community. The first thing you want to build it on. So we gonna anything you need from us, we definitely gonna ride with you.
Definitely a 10%. Definitely a 10%.
We on the
way. Shirt merch on the way for you.
Yeah,
No, Peanut does want to order a shirt, so I got a link with y'all anyway.
Oh, all right, that's okay. We got y'all. We got y'all.
Yeah, so we definitely want to reach that branch out, and just promote everything you're doing, because I feel like it's important for all of us. So, yeah.
What, I guess, do you have like a target market or like a majority of people that you are working with or looking to work with?
Yeah, so I do, like, I'm very kind of selective with who I bring on. And the reason why is because the coaching program itself is kind of very high touch. So I'm making sure that I'm working with, individuals that I know are going to put in the work, because you can just say like, oh, I want to build confidence. But if you're running away from pain, that's not going to last too long, because you need to run towards pleasure. And this is with everything in life. We're moved away from pain. How can we run towards pleasure? So pleasure is, how can I live a more sustained life? How can I have energy to show up with my kids? How can I make sure that I don't get diabetes or anything that runs in my family? That's moving towards, the pleasure aspect. So I'm working with, most of the time, it's like a lot of business owners. It's very type A women, kids. Most of the time it's moms that have had kids. We just trying to, build the body back, get that mom body back. So, and everything I do is structured based off of the individual. So my mom of 2 can't do the same workout as my mom of 4. My mom of my single person that's maybe a business owner doesn't have a lot of time. So they're going to need different workouts. And within my app itself, all of the workouts are built around the client itself. So if the client only has 30 minutes to work out, boom, you got a 30-minute workout. I'm going to show you how to do all of the moves in your app. Within the phone app itself, you're going to be able to see everything. I can see it on my end to say, did you do your workout? What was your heart rate? Was you actually pushing yourself, or did you just press start now and you didn't really do the workout?
That's tight. Yeah.
Hold on. You saying you have an app?
Yeah.
Like your own app?
So I am through Trainerize, and then it's through my custom app. So I have a portal within Trainerize app. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good way. So you can work out virtually if you need it to be. Like if they
that's
have
why
to
I'm
do
like,
it at home, you can kind of track their workouts and seeing everything, even if you don't have to be right there with them as well.
Oh yeah, we can see heart rate. We can see because there's so many things that go into to your weight loss. So we can see your heart rate. We can see how many hours of sleep, how many steps you're getting, what's the weight that you used in the gym. All right. So last week you used 10 pounds. This week I need you to bump up to them 15 pounds and go a little bit harder. Last week I seen you skipped out on the abs. You only did 20. Let's go ahead and bump that up to the 30. So that's really the individualized approach.
So do you have like a schedule? Like how long do it usually take you with a client? It's like, do you have a set, like kind of get their mind already prepared to it, then they can go on beat, or how does that work?
So we do weekly check-ins, and then I'm kind of really touching base with them. Like, depends on the client. If they need more accountability on a daily basis, then I'll pop in there. Or if they need more accountability on, every other day, then they have that. But the weekly check-ins is where we touch base on to assess their progress, see what struggle points they may be going through as far as like nutrition or training wise, because life happens. You might not be dialed in every single week, but by having that touch point daily where I can see everything that's going on with their nutrition, and then having that touch point on a week-to-week basis, we reassess everything and say, all right, we got a vacation coming up this week. We know that, you're going to want to eat some more. So we need to taper calories back during the weekday.
I think this would be the perfect time to let everybody know where you're based at and how can they reach you if they do want to, support you or, anything.
Alrighty, y'all. So listen, if y'all enjoyed this podcast, first, I need y'all to make sure y'all subscribe to this podcast because this is an amazing thing that they're doing. Let me tell you. The second thing is you can find me on Instagram at Laugh, LAUGH, and Lift. And that's the _. And then you can always find me on Facebook at Laugh and Lift as well. And send me a message what questions you have. I think a lot of times people think I'm a bite or do anything. Like most of the time, people just got questions around nutrition. So follow me there. My website is laughandlift.org.
Awesome. I mean,
I'm in the chat.
Pretty sure we would love to have you back on. Maybe we can get a whole bunch of questions for you next time. Talk to the listeners and see what's on their mind. And then when we have you back on, hopefully you can answer a couple of them and just give a little advice to people and, keep everything going.
Thank you, man. It's been honestly, thank y'all so much for doing this. I really
this is an honor for us, honestly. This is amazing. We appreciate you for coming on and you gave so much knowledge. I mean, definitely we couldn't ask for any more. Like I don't know if you got any more questions. You know what I'm saying? You got anything else? You got any questions?
I mean, I do. You know me. I'm over here. I got a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't gonna cut you short. I know we got some more questions. I don't hope this time ain't done yet. So
yeah. But I was just and this question is more so for me because it's kind of about me a little bit. So, what do you suggest for picky eaters who don't eat a variety of foods?
Oh, let me tell you, I got so many clients that come to me and say that they're picky eaters. And then what I find out is, have you tried it different ways? So like, tell me something that you don't like.
You said chickpeas.
All right. How you try it?
I think I like that. Honestly, I ain't tried it, but I don't know. I haven't. No.
See, you can't knock something until you try it.
Until I try it. Yeah. Understood.
Yeah. So for my picky eaters, I say, try it once, try cook a couple of different ways. Let me tell you, I put everything in a pan. I spray a little olive oil and I cook it in a pan. and I kind of burn it a little bit. It's gonna give a little charcoal taste.
A little seared.
But it's banging. Let me tell you, that has changed
the flavor.
Yeah, it's got flavor, and people like you season your food. Like I'm telling you, I got all types of seasonings.
See, that's what I was gonna ask you next. Is the seasoning like it's cool because I know too much like different type of salts is not good probably, but like I think that's important too. Like some things you might not like, if you put that season on it the right way, you might love it, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't be worried. A lot of people get worried about hung up on like salt. Salt doesn't have any calories. It's gonna make you thirsty, but it doesn't have any calories. So I'm A-okay with people, putting different seasonings. I load my food up with different seasonings.
That's good to know.
Especially with veggies.
I'm about to say,
yeah, because you need a little season on veggies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the problem as well, being that it's sort of kind of different foods. I don't know exactly how to season it, or if I can season it like I would season something else. You know what I mean?
Lemon pepper on everything.
You gotta keep that
it's in there. It's in there. Don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying, if you cooking these different things, like she said, putting the chickpeas in your salad with the, I'm sure you could put that lemon pepper or whatever, seasoned salt, Old Bay, whatever, on your chicken for your salad. But like, I don't know what other stuff would you
put it in that pan with them chickpeas? Dude, like you go to next time you in Walmart, next time you in Wegmans, next time you in Shoppers, go over to the seasoning section, pick out any seasoning that you like, and I'm telling you, once you start throwing your seasoning on your vegetables, it's gonna change the game of it. You're gonna like them a little bit more. It's gonna change the flavor of them.
I mean, I throw the seasoning on my broccoli and my string beans and stuff. You know what I mean? A little garlic, a little onion.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, those are my two favorites, so I ain't really ventured off too far from
mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And for you, if you're trying to put on mass, then your thing is you're going to want to increase the amount of times that you're either eating or double up the amount that you're eating at your serving size. So like rice is an easily amount of, something that you can throw on there extra. Especially when it comes to gaining weight, go maybe a little bit heavier on olive oil because that's calorie dense and it's not going to make you feel full either. So that's some of the suggestions that I always have for my picky eaters and my people that are, just want to put on a little bit more muscle mass and things like that.
So that's good. So what about that air fryer? Do you recommend that? Like a lot of times you want to throw that in there too. So I want to know is that a bad thing or is that best to do?
It's a 10 for me. That's on 10. It's a 10.
That's my chef. That's the way I'm chefing it. So I'm gonna throw a little broccoli in the air fryer or something, see what turn out with.
Let me tell you. When I meal prep, I have the air fryer going. I got the regular oven going. Then I'm using all of my burners. It takes me 30 minutes. But you everything.
What day you usually try to meal prep it out? Do you try to start out in the beginning of the week or
Sunday?
Sunday.
Yep, Sunday. So it's already ready to go Monday through Friday. And sometimes even I got something till Saturday. Yeah.
That's good eating. Yeah, that's how you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you keep some protein bars, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that. So how much water you recommend? Should I keep a gallon? Should I get a little gallon jug? Or how much is a recommended water amount to try to keep inside, because people say 8 glasses a day. I mean,
good question.
Yeah, all right. So basically body weight divided by 2. That's how many fluid ounces you want to be drinking, no less than. But if you can go for a gallon, I say go for a gallon. If you're definitely on the move and in places where you're going to be hotter and stuff like that, you're going to be more dehydrated. So definitely
you can't overdrink, drink too much water pretty much.
You can't really drink too much water, but I mean, there's everything kind of like in moderation because there are some studies like you can throw off mineral balance, but most people ain't drinking enough water, so don't go.
Yes, all the way up. Alkaline water. That's my last thing. I want to know because I think it's a big talk like alkaline or just like regular old Dasani or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, is it best to go with the most alkaline or how is that really based if you really understand that level, you know.
All right, with this one, just get enough water. I don't care what type of water you drink. If it makes you feel better to get in alkaline water,
So
get
that alkaline water cost me $2. I can get a regular one for $1. I'm just gonna go.
Better
for
get that 40 pack from Walmart, bro.
For sure.
Like $2-3 for the 40 pack from Walmart, son. Better grab that.
It's been a great time, man. This is, like I said, definitely, you know.
But yeah, man. I think I'm good though. I think that was my last question. You already kind of spoke on, that you do personal trainings and consultations.
Yeah, all of it's done online. So like personal training is all online. My nutrition services is all online. Like that's the world we're living in. So like
we might gotta reach out to you. Like we can have questions for days about this. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so we definitely appreciate you taking out your time and your busy schedule to come and inform us a lot more on nutrition, because this is what we want our 10%ers to know. I thank y'all for asking so many great questions. You know what I mean? Chatting along with us, viewing along with us, learning with us. You know, this is what it's all about. Just getting good conversations, communications. You know what I mean? Rules the nations. So appreciate you, Allyssa. You are so awesome, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Say, anything you want to, like shout out, like you said, you want to give, your socials and all of that again before we tap out of here.
Last thing, y'all. At Laugh and Lift. Make sure you put that underscore in there, or even you can find me on Facebook, Allyssa Knight, or my personal website page, www.laughandlift.org. Link is already linked there.
Laugh and Lift. Support. She's amazing.
Yeah,
definitely.
Support that.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you again. Like Zel said, thank you for, tapping in with us today. This was a blessing. Got so much information from this. This is gonna be one that we're gonna have to rewatch a couple times. We're gonna have to keep rewatching this one.
On my own
we're gonna have to keep rewatching this to make sure we getting that information in. Like I said, if we'll talk off camera about that.
Okay.
Yeah, man. We'll
all right.
Gems definitely received.
Yes.
Like I said, Gems definitely received.
Hey, she was dropping them. She dropped one right here. I'm just gonna leave that for later.
Definitely. Well, yeah, we appreciate y'all turning in with us for another one. See y'all again on episode 28. Thank you again, Laugh and Lift. Y'all check her out. Definitely. Been awesome. Are you on 10 yet?
Yes. All right, y'all.
Peace
all right,
out,
see you later.
Bye.
Choky Pete. BroGod
Zeller.
Yeah. I'm gonna go grocery shopping after this, get the broccoli, get the lettuce, get the romaine, get everything, man. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, but that was an awesome
awesome
dope.
It's a dope episode. But appreciate y'all that's still in here. Y'all 8. Appreciate y'all, man. This was dope. Like you said,
I mean,
man,
a good recap, man. I think we learned a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's get it.
You know what I mean? Like, I got my notepad right. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we cut these snacks out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we drink this water. You know what I'm saying? Prep these meals. Know what you eat. You know what I'm saying? Say your grace before you eat.
Got to.
Yeah, real talk, man. I mean,
hey, man.
Definitely, we want to appreciate y'all for tuning in and definitely showing us love. We're gonna definitely have more interviews. We're gonna let this sit in the air for a minute because that was great. Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah. Just trying to let it breathe a little bit. Like we said we was gonna end it, but we just gotta let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's only right. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all a little time.
Take that in. Take that in.
Like, yeah, we definitely want to just let it recap and just, sit in the wind. At least hit that hour mark. We kept her on for a minute and she answered every question. You know what I mean? So
very detailed.
We had some great questions as well, man. I mean,
had a lot of she had a lot of information. You know what I mean? Well knowledgeable of the nutrition thing. So again, man, if y'all got any questions or want to reach out to her for some help, again, hit up her Her website is right here. I put it up on the chat again.
Life-lift.org. Hit up on Instagram,
Life-and-lift.org, man. Yeah, hit her
Facebook.
up, man.
Y'all want to get in contact with us? Hit us up on the TENtalk podcast page on Facebook. You can hit us on the Instagram, TENtalk podcast, DM. Reach out to us, email, TENtalk, you know what I mean? Everything, you know what I'm saying? So let them know what the email is, you know, because
it's TENtalk 2021 at Gmail.
TENtalk 2021 at Gmail. So we definitely looking for more interviews. Anybody doing anything, we definitely want to support everybody in the community when it comes to anything. So y'all definitely hit us up, and we're gonna definitely try to give y'all some more. You know, that was great, bro. One more time, that was amazing, bro.
Yeah, it was dope.
20, what was that? 27, bro. 28. We on the way.
Yeah. That's the birthday party.
Birthday party. Hey,
that's the birthday party. Don't tell nobody the birthday party.
But y'all might catch us before then. You know what I'm saying? We might got a little special podcast this weekend. So keep on the lookout. We're gonna give y'all a little update before it happens, but we're gonna let you know for sure.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's it, bro. What you think?
I'm good, man. This is love.
Yes, I know y'all on 10, so yes, sir.
Salute.
One.
2 taps.